What is going on, you guys? This is the Q-Bone here, and as you can see, I am wearing teal and black like a Duval cat because I am here to talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars. And ladies and gentlemen, the NFL draft is 3 weeks away from the time I am recording this video. So with that being the case, I wanted to talk mostly about, my thoughts on the off-season for Jacksonville, or how, I guess you could say, how uneventful it has been this year compared to years past. In 2021, there was a lot of excitement because we were going to draft Trevor Lawrence. Then in last off-season in 2022, there was a bunch of free agent signings, and we had the number 1 pick in the draft yet again. This time around, Jacksonville basically signed nothing but backup players to their roster. And, they did have some eventful stuff in the offseason. They franchise tag Evan Ingram. Calvin Ridley got reinstated, so now he's actually with the team. And I believe he was actually with Trevor Lawrence in throwing sessions earlier this week, which is good to see, of course. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing else has happened. And, that's one of the reasons why I haven't made a video in a couple weeks, because for one, I was sick, and 2, nothing really I felt was warranting me to make a video. So that's why I haven't made one until now. But as I mentioned earlier in this video, the NFL draft is only a couple weeks away, so I wanted to give you guys what I think are the draft needs for the Jacksonville Jaguars going into the 2023 NFL draft. First and foremost, I think corner is probably their biggest need on the roster. Plain and simple. They have 2 good corners already on the roster with Tyson Campbell and Darius Williams. However, in the NFL, you need 3 cornerbacks to succeed defensively. You can't get away with just 2, all right? And personally, I would like someone who has more of an experience playing in the slot. That way we can keep Darius Williams on the edge, because that's where he was more comfortable playing last season. He had most success playing on the outside of the defense. If Darius Williams has to go back into the slot, I'm fine with that. But ideally, I would want to draft someone who can play in the slot at nickel rather than someone who can someone who can play outside. Sticking to the defense, the next position that I want to discuss is edge rusher. I feel like it's weird because Jacksonville, for so many years now, they've invested so much draft capital at the outside edge of the defensive line. Guys like Josh Allen, Caleb Von Chason, Trayvon Walker. They keep investing these first-round picks on edge players, and they have not really proven fruitful, I guess you could say. Granted, there's still time for Trayvon Walker to develop into a dominant pass rusher, but the main reason why I have edge as a position of need is because they've lost both Arden Key and DeJuan Smoot to free agency. DeJuan Smoot, I believe, is technically still a free agent, so they could re-sign him. However, he is coming off in an Achilles injury, so that's one thing to, be wary of when it comes to DeJuan Smoot. Not only do I want to see the Jaguars address the outside linebacker, edge rusher position on defense, it's not just because we need depth at that position, because we do need some depth at the position, but also you have to factor in that Josh Allen is in the final year of his contract. You don't know if he's going to be able to be signed for the long term, or if this is going to be his last year in Jacksonville. And I want to be prepared in case that is, in fact, his last year in Jacksonville. Switching to the opposite side of the football, I would like to see Jacksonville address the offensive line in this draft. Now, they have, I think, a good number of starters already on the offensive line. You know, they have Cam Robinson, they have Walker Little, they have Brandon Sheriff, they have Luke Fortner at center. Left guard, though, left guard is the area of concern for me, or at least that's not necessarily an area of concern, but it's an area I can see them improving. Also, Brandon Sheriff, while yes, he has been healthy this last season in Jacksonville, he is someone who is very well known for being injury prone. So getting some depth at the interior of the offensive line is something that I would like to see them address in the draft. And they have done that actually in free agency. I believe they signed a guard formerly of the Los Angeles Rams who has made a couple starts in his career. So it's not necessarily the end of the world if they don't get some offensive line depth, but it would be, you know, you can never have too many good offensive linemen for a football team. You can never have too many good offensive linemen. And lastly, the last position I would like to see the Jacksonville Jaguars draft in the 2023 NFL draft is the tight end position. Evan Ingram, as of right now, only on a one-year deal. Maybe they can give him an extension before the draft happens, just like what they did with Cam Robinson when he was franchise tagged, but as of right now, Evan Ingram is really their only good tight end on the roster. I guess Luke Farrell is, you know, Garrett Prince. Not the ideal guys I want being my tight end number 2 or even my tight end number 3. So, also similarly to what I said about both Brandon Sheriff being injury prone and Josh Allen being in the final year of his contract, you need to at least prepare yourselves in case, you know, Evan Ingram misses some time or Evan Ingram is not in the Jacksonville Jaguars plan for the long term. So, and there's a lot of really good tight ends in this draft class. I've seen a lot of mock drafts actually have the Jaguars taking a tight end at, 24th overall. So we'll see what the Jacksonville Jaguars do with that 24th overall pick. Maybe they'll trade up, maybe they'll trade down, maybe they just stay there at that position. And that is going to do it for me today, folks. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I probably won't be doing another video for a couple weeks until the NFL draft has concluded, and then I can give you guys my full thoughts on the Jacksonville Jaguars 2023 draft class. With that being said, folks, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.